I'm doing to help heal from surgery and avoid gaining any weight in the process. So, if you're somebody who has recently had a surgery or maybe you even had an injury where you're unable to do your workouts, then this is going to be for you because I'm going to share 5 things that I'm doing that you can implement as well that's going to help you to stay on track because something like this doesn't have to derail your results. And in fact, you can continue to get amazing results and progress even when something like this happens. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in. So if you guys don't know, 4.5 weeks ago, I decided to have my breast implants taken out. I had explant surgery. It's a pretty major surgery. I definitely have restrictions on what I can do. So I am unable to lift anything over 5 pounds, which means I can't work out. And only last week was I able to start doing any kind of leg exercises, which again, I can't even really hold a weight to be able to do those. So I've definitely been really restricted on what I can do as far as movement and exercise. So I want to talk about that. But the thing is, we have a lot of control over the other aspects that we can do to heal and for our health and for our weight loss, our long-term weight loss goals around our food, around things like sleep and recovery and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to dive into this today. So if you're hopping in, you're tuning in, say hello. Let me know you're here. I love to know who watches these videos and who joins in. And of course, appreciate you being here. So let's go ahead and dive into the first thing. So the first thing I've been doing is getting in a lot of walking. So because I can't work out, I'm not just resorting to sitting on the couch, doing nothing all day long. Personally, I think I would probably go a little bit crazy if I did that anyways. I certainly was spending a lot more time sitting on my bed, sitting in a recliner chair when I first got surgery. But even the first day, I was getting up and moving around. Now, luckily, it is summer here, which made it a little bit easier to do that. But even when I could walk around the house, I got up and walked around the house. So I've been taking breaks throughout the day to walk, to move outdoors, to go for longer walks. I'm actually staying at my parents' house. My mom's helping me while I recover. So it's been great for us to get out and hang out and talk and get on a walk. So if you can't do your normal workouts, it doesn't mean you have to give up and do nothing. Move your body you can and allow that. So let's say you injured your upper body, maybe you can do still some leg exercises. If you injured your foot, maybe you can do some upper body exercises. Right now I still can't do upper body exercises, but hey, the other day I went out for a walk, I did some squats, I did some lunges, I did some side lunges, and that was my workout for the day. I focused on what I could do instead of just kind of resorting to doing nothing because I can't do some things. Okay, so get in movement, get in walks. Okay. Number 2, sleep. Okay, if your body is recovering, whether it's from a surgery or an injury, you've got to get that sleep in. That sleep is going to help your body recover and repair. That's when our body does those things. Okay, so make sure that you are getting in either naps or a full nice 8 hours of sleep at night. So I definitely blocked off more time to get in rest, to take naps when I felt tired, and to sleep. Okay, because this is when our body recovers. So if you want to heal up that speeding process and be able to get back to the things that you want to do, don't skip on the sleep. I know it can be hard sometimes because we want to get like back to real life as quick as we can, things like that. But take that time to allow yourself some rest, some recovery, and some sleep. Okay, and that's going to really go into number 3, which is manage the stress. Something like this is a stressful event, okay? Mentally, physically, all those kinds of things. And when it comes to our health, when it comes to our fat loss goals, when it comes to our fitness, all those things, stress is one of those areas that a lot of people just ignore and forget about. And it is huge, right? And especially something like this, where my body's physically under stress from the surgery. Mentally, it's frustrating, right? Because I'm like, I can't lift anything. I need help I had to have help taking a shower. I needed help getting dressed. I still can't lift anything over 5 pounds. So I need help, even when we're like bringing groceries in or doing different things. And so it can be very stressful if we're not careful. So a couple things that I made sure to implement during this time is I focus on what I can control and what I can do. Okay. If I can't take a shower by myself, I'm not going to get all down about it. I'm not going to choose to go down that rabbit hole. Instead, I just make the most of it and do what I can, right? Same with the workouts. I'm going to focus on what I can do. I'm going to go for walks. I'm going to make the most of those, right? Because it gets easy to get in a rabbit hole of I can't do this, or I wish I could be doing more right now, or this stinks. Yeah, it stinks. And I could be mad at myself for making a decision to get implants in years ago that now seems silly and stupid. But you know what? It is what it is. It was the decision I made at the time. It was a good decision for me then. And maybe, maybe I don't love that I had to have this surgery right now, but dwelling on that and getting negative about that is not going to do anything for my right now. So instead, I'm just trying to make the most of it, focusing on what I can do, looking forward, and those kinds of things. Okay, so that's the first piece of strut. It's just like, where's our mind going? Okay, and what are we choosing to focus on? Is it helpful? I don't want to say it's good or bad. It's just, is it helpful or is it not helpful? And if something's not helpful, how can you reframe it into something that's helpful? Instead of focusing on I can't exercise, you know what? I can get out and go for a walk and enjoy nature. Okay. See how much different that feels? Like you can probably could see it in my face. There's a little smile like, oh, that's so much more fun. Right. And so that's going to just boost your mood, boost your energy, and help you get a positive mindset. The other rest is having things in place that help us to manage stress. Okay. Getting out in nature is one of those for me. So the walk's kind of double whammy as a de-stressor for me. And that means getting out without the headphones and the podcasts and the ebooks and all that stuff. It means just listening to nature, listening to the birds, looking at the trees, and just ignoring and just being in nature and enjoying it, not ignoring it. Okay. So that works for me. I get out in the grass and I ground. So I go barefoot in the grass. I've been reading. I've been meditating. I'm making sure to take some time to do some meditation that includes deep breathing while I'm doing that. Okay. And doing a little bit of stretching here and there as I could. So having these things in, and you should be doing this all the time, not just when you have a big stressful event, so that when you hit a stressful event, right, like an injury or surgery or whatever it is, you're already doing these things preemptively. They're a lot easier to implement and to continue to do. And because I do these things all the time, I actually felt like I went into this surgery a lot more calm, a lot less anxious. Okay. And just have felt better overall than maybe I would have in the past. So a de-stressing activity can be whatever works for you. Okay, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's meditating, maybe it's standing in the grass and grounding, maybe it's getting in nature. Okay, maybe it's doing a fun hobby or a creative thing that you enjoy doing. Me and my mom also started working on a puzzle. So we're doing a puzzle together, right? So thinking about those things that, help you to relax, help you to calm down, that are fun, that you enjoy, that you look forward to. Okay, because life doesn't always have to be go, 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 do, do, do. We have to recharge that battery. And especially when we're going through a situation like this, it's even more important that we're taking time to recharge that battery. Okay, if we want to get through this strong and healthy, and then when I am feeling better and I can get back to workouts and I can get back to the normal stuff in life, I'm more prepared to do that. Okay, so that is the third one. So for the last two, I want to talk about food. So a lot of times what I see happens is people, if you can't move, you can't work out, you can't do that stuff, we kind of just turn everything off. But you are especially have a lot of control over what you choose to eat and the food that you're taking in, right? So we can still choose to focus on that, even if the movement and the exercise piece isn't quite what we want it to be. And so one thing that I'm really, really focusing on is making sure to get in my protein. So I shoot for protein at every single meal. I hit a daily goal. Why is this so important? It's because when we can't move as much, right? When we're limited on our exercise, we're also healing from a major surgery. Our protein is going to be really important for a couple reasons. It's going to help us to heal, okay? And also, what it's going to do is the protein is going to I totally lost my train of thought. So the protein is going to help us heal and also make sure that we maintain any muscle mass that we have. So now, because we're not able to work out, if we're not careful about our habits during this period of time, we can start to lose some muscle, which is not great for our metabolism. It's not great for our long-term results. So you really want to make sure that you're getting in protein at every single meal and getting in a good amount of protein. Now, one thing I found when I've worked with clients over the years is that a lot of women don't get enough protein to begin with. So this is going to be even more important during this time. And hey, I've actually, if you guys do struggle to get protein in, one of the best ways to start making some momentum with that is make sure you're getting high protein at breakfast. And I know a lot of women tend to grab, the bagels or the donuts or something quick in the morning. But if you get an easy way to start having more protein is protein at breakfast. And I wanted to share, I have a protein it's a high protein breakfast recipe guide. It's got 20 delicious recipes in it. So just drop protein down below and I'll get that over to you. It's a great way to start getting more protein into your day and with things that taste really good to kick off your day. So check that out, you guys. Just drop protein down below. But that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure to get protein in every meal from things like chicken breast or cottage cheese or any kind of meat, really. So I'm doing a lot of chicken. We just bought like a turkey roast to make this week, burgers, all that kind of stuff. For snacks, I do these epic venison jerky sticks. They're really super delicious. So I have a lot of those. And cottage cheese is one of my good friends. Doing a lot of eggs for breakfast with a chicken sausage, stuff like that. Okay, again, it's going to help me maintain that muscle. Since I can't move as much. And it's also going to help with the healing from surgery. Okay. So that's number 4. The last one, number 5, is focusing on quality of food. So I'm really trying to get a lot of fruits and vegetables in, right? Because these things have a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, and a lot of nutrition in there. The body is inflamed from the surgery. So getting in a lot of nutrition, a lot of fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff, right? I know it can be easy to resort to stress eating. So we have to really make sure we have strategies around stress eating, okay, in place as well. But by loading up on some of this good stuff, the protein, the fiber that we're getting in fruits and veggies, and those kinds of things, we're going to feel really full from those meals. We're going to be fueling our body. That's going to help keep hunger, cravings at bay. It's going to help with your energy, right? So you're going to feel a lot better as you're recovering, and it's going to help you to heal faster. Okay. So we do want to make sure we're not just this is where the mindset piece comes into play. Because if we go down that unhelpful rabbit hole, right, it's going to lead us to stress eating. So by choosing where we're focusing, getting in lots of protein, lots of nutrition, you're going to be in such a better track to make better choices while you're recovering and not go down the stress eating rabbit hole. But of course, if that's something you struggle with, make sure you have a plan and strategy in place to tackle that, along with making some better choices around your protein and fruits and veggies and all that kind of stuff as well. But these are the things that I'm focusing on that's really been helping me stay in a good mood, feel like I'm continuing to make progress. I'm not trying to lose weight right now, but you know what? I could easily be gaining weight if I wasn't paying attention to this stuff. And so I want to come out of this without being 20 pounds heavier in a couple months. So let me know your biggest takeaway down below. Okay, so just to recap real quick, I'm getting in, I can't work out yet, but I'm getting in movement. I'm walking every opportunity I can. I'm focusing on my sleep, getting lots of sleep, lots of rest to allow my body to recover. I'm making sure that protein is staying high. Okay, and a way you guys can do that is grab that protein breakfast recipe guide. Just drop protein down below. I'm focusing on lots of whole foods like fruits and vegetables to give my body vitamins and the nutrition it needs to recover, to have energy, and to feel good. And I'm making sure that I am managing my stress. I'm doing a lot of things every day, like meditating and getting out in nature and just grounding, standing in the grass, reading books, watching fun movies that are funny, these kinds of things to help me manage the stress as I'm going through this. All right, so let me know your biggest takeaway down below. Thank you so much for being here and joining me. I really